Okay, so in theory, this should be starting. 1 second. Get the music on. There we go. Putting on the good old stuff, I guess. Music. There we go. I got my YouTube chat pulled up on the side here so that way I can hear what's going on. There we go. Yeah, so it is playing on the... Okay, lovely. I should probably promote it too. It's in the promotion channel there. Nice, nice, nice. Good, good, good. And then I'll promote maybe 2 more channels, and then I'll just get back to doodling. Let's see. Self-promotion. There we go. I'll put one here too. Alright, that should hopefully get some people in. Nice. I did not mean to turn it like that. So I do have a couple problems. I will, on occasion, accidentally use Blender keybinds instead of Krita ones, which makes my screen tilt. Because that same keybind in Blender is what makes my allows me to pan around and kind of change perspective. This one, it just rotates the screen a little. That's alright though. Hey, how you doing, fella? I'm drawing like just a quick little animation of a guy walking. I'll add some details on afterward. This is what it looks like so far. Hold on. Wait, how do I don't typically animate on Krita. This is just something that I felt like doing. But this is what it's looking like. For the moment. Okay, it's not the end there. I'm trying to figure out how to like change the end keyframes. It might be animation curves. This software is mad confusing. I don't even remember. But you know what? We'll figure it out later. But that's what it's looking like so far. I see the error of my ways. I did something wrong. I gotta do this. It gets a little confusing, but once you have a little bit of practice, it's okay. The main thing that's confusing me is where my end frames are, because I typically animate in Blender. This Krita. I use this to make my 2D artwork. Thanks. Yeah, I'm just doing a little walk cycle. Figure it'll be fun. I might put a character on top of this later, but for the time being, I'm just kind of like experimenting with raster drawing instead of vector drawing. I typically do. And for those that don't know the difference, vector uses math equations to like bend lines around and make them fit properly. Raster is just pixels. I think I fucked up. So this is the leg that's in the back. Yep, and this is the one that's shaded. By the way, we don't have to just strictly stick to this. If you guys have any suggestions or things you want me to draw, I don't mind doing it. It'd be fun. Make some goofy characters. I just figured this is a good kind of like bounce off point. Playing some Sonic Rush in the background. This game has a really banger soundtrack. And then this. Using some simple hatching. Kind of determine what legs in the front, what legs in the back. There we go. Alright, so this is a cool part. I did 5 frames of like a front crossover up and then down. Alright, something seems a little off about that, so what I'm gonna do, I think, is change the second to last one so that the leg kind of bends backward a little bit. It just kind of pops forward and I want it to look smooth. I think I'm gonna do like that, and then that can come down like that. Now it looks a little off proportion. There we go. That looks better. I think every single song that was made in this game was like a mashup of a bunch of different sound bites, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, that looks smoother. I don't know, we can decide. Maybe he hops on like a Segway or something and then just like drives off into the sunset. It's up to you guys, what do you want him to do? I think what I'm gonna do is copy these. Uh-oh. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna move this. Actually, hold on. Oh geez. Oh god, what have I done? Okay, it's back to normal. Don't worry about it. Ripped the little interface off of the UI. Let's see. So this is his last step. So I want to do it just as he's raising it, like going for another cross. Like that. Yep, that's what I want. There we go. And that goes back to normal. The last leg lifts up. Means this gets copied over. This is a little trick. It saves you time. You've already drawn the frames and he's always going the same direction. All you gotta do is just swap the perspective. You can paste it. I know he's always going to be in that same spot. So this is going to get the copy in. There you go, he's taking another step. It looks a lot smoother, but once I change the perspectives over on these, it'll look a little bit better. Hopefully. There we go. Turn this one off. There we go. You want him to crush a small village? Yeah, we could do that. Most gruesome walk animation ever. Okay, so these are gonna swap. So right about here, I'm going to try to connect his regular leg back up. Do that.
Let's do it.
Alright. And then this is going to be around his back. We're going to have his arm come down a little bit like that. There we go. This is regular arm. Now this one. Essentially what I'm going to do here, erase this. And then I'm going to take this arm. I'm going to rotate it. That way it kind of fills up the space it just was at. Have that come down. Kind of like trading hands a little bit. This is like where his fingers and his fist is. I think I'm gonna have like connect it back up again. Crossing back over. Is this still Sonic Rush? This sounds like... Oh, I guess it is. Alright. It sounded like, what's it called? Jet Set Radio for a minute. Animations are really fun to mess around with. You can do like all kinds of fun, crazy stuff. I think what I'm gonna do is have this guy step on a village. Have a bunch of scared citizens below. Kind of nightmare. Turns into a kaiju. Okay. Why did it do that? That was a little weird. I think that's the reason, one of the reasons I love Krita. I should talk about it. The one reason why I don't really use Krita for my animations as much, because Krita has this habit of corrupting, and also I can't see waveform. Waveform is essentially like, if you're working on a timeline, you'll see like whatever audio you're using below, and it like changes at different points. So you can kind of keep track of like beat for beat what's supposed to happen at what time. So let's say like this character says like, "Oh," like out loud, so you know he'd go like that, and then further on down the line, like let's say it's like pensive, he's like, hmm. And then he goes like, yeah, that's basically how waveform works. So you keep track of what the audio is doing. It's a little confusing at first, but it gets easier with time. Just gonna break this. All right. Just shading the leg a little bit. You guys ever play Sonic? Growing up? I'll say I've only actually sat down and played like the first Sonic and then Sonic 3D, which supposedly isn't one of the better ones. It's kind of awful. But my parents were pretty strict about age ratings in games, and since Sonic Colors and Sonic, you know, the Werehog one was rated T, and I was like 10 at the time. My dad was like, "Nope, you're not playing this. Sorry." So I ended up having like the old arcade style ones to play with. That's fine. Those are okay. Perspective swapped. Oops. I will say, having listened to a lot of the soundtrack though, my favorite Sonic soundtrack is Metal Harbor. And they brought it back for the new Racing Crossworlds one. There we go. Oh, I forgot to shade his leg in. Oops. There we go. It probably is. Let me take a look. It's Ska Cha Cha Blazy Mix from Sonic Rush. That's what it's called. And I think I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna do a thing where I'm gonna just kind of zoom in from this point. And this is gonna get copied now. Then paste keyframe. And we're just gonna keep growing it. From like this point. Like there. And this is gonna grow. That'll go like that. And then I'm just gonna do that. It's just gonna get really big. And I'm just gonna draw the little village or the beginnings of it. We're gonna have like little fortified walls. I wonder if I should draw like a small Aaron Yeager just kind of staring upward. Attack on Titan. I think in this one I'm gonna draw the hint of a village. I'm gonna do like that. Stop glitching. Okay. And then I'm just gonna turn this into a full village in this one. Like without this Titan's foot there. We're gonna do like, oh jeez. Like the guard towers. Then we got the middle guard tower. Like this. Like that. This is messed up. You want me to put Joe Rogan in the village? You know what? You know what? That's what we'll do. I think Joe Rogan's gonna be like the villager that's staring up. Kinda like that one meme. I forget where it's from. It's like this dude who's just kind of staring up in like a blue light. Blue lighting or something from a pit. Looks kind of like Kevin Bacon. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah, there it is. I don't know if it's Kevin Bacon. It looks kind of like a... Oh, what's the name of it? William Dafoe. That's his name. Or Willem Dafoe. Sorry, not Willem. William. It's this. We're just gonna draw the hint of like bricks. It's a little lazy technique which gives it just a little bit more substance. You can tell it was kind of like ramshackled together. A little too big. That's what you want. There we go. Those look like bricks. Then we just copy over like house gables. Something like that. We got like thatched roofs because they're a village. they have those. You know, that one could just be hidden. This one has. Yeah, like that. And then one final kind of like super big one corner here. There we go. Cool. I'm gonna shift this over. I'm gonna copy these keyframes. I'm gonna paste the keyframe. Oh, I should probably. There we go. I'm gonna add a second layer. Let's create blank frame. And I'm just gonna do like a really dark kind of there we go. Just a looming shadow over their little village. And then in the next frame, we're gonna add another one. There we go. Sonic dying sound. Damn, is this every single, like... sound effect and everything? It shouldn't be. Hold on. No, I guess it is. Okay. I think I'm gonna swap it over. We're gonna listen to Sonic Rush for a while. We're gonna do... Alright, this ought to have some good stuff in it. This is from my favorite game. Or one of them. There we go. Got some Pokemon Mystery, or not Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Ranger in the background. Shadows of Almia. Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia is one of my favorite Pokemon games. Got such great writing. Oh, I don't know why it does that. Momentarily showed my screen. What do you mean it ruined your DS? Oh, did you just press on down super hard with the stylus? That happens sometimes. Oh yeah, the circles. It had a lot of circles, but it was really fun. I liked the plot of it. That first ranger mission where you're just kind of like delivering food. I feel like every single character in that game is just memorable to some degree, just because of the way that they wrote them. And then we got the shadow coming in from the foot. Oops. Okay, blank frame. There we go. The circles were endearing. It added character to your DS. Honest to God, I feel like of all the mainline Pokemon games, or even with all the mainline Pokemon games, my favorite Pokemon games are just the sequels, or the off-brand ones. Mystery Dungeon, Ranger, hell, Conquest. I didn't play all of Conquest, but I did enjoy the bits and pieces that I did play. Those are always like super fun. Oh, whoops. Well, that's just gonna be there now. Darkness is falling over their civilization. Let's see if we can play it back. Oh, yep. And duplicate this. Create blank frame. Alright, this has been going on for fucking ever, dude. It's 7 minutes long. I'm changing it. Oh, they are all like 7 minutes long. What? Why did they loop them that much? Alright. You know what? It's fine. We were most of the way through the previous one. Color in what's left. There we go. I gotta pull up a reference of Joe Rogan. Which is something I never thought I'd say before in my life. Oops. Don't need that. I am gonna paste this in here though, as a reference. There we go. Oh, you know what? I think I found the perfect image. Hold on. God. I hope Mr. Rogan doesn't sue me for using his likeness in the animation. Oops. We're gonna make that like virtually invisible. I'm gonna put this below everything. Oh god. Yeah, Art. Welcome, Tilly Kitty. Making an animation, actually. This just happens to be a suggestion. I'm probably gonna be on here for a while, but I'm making a very quick, kind of brief animation. That's relatively not super high effort. And then I'm probably gonna start taking drawing requests. I'm also using Pokemon Ranger music in the background. That game is awesome. Just to kind of show you guys what it looks like so far. I turned Joe Rogan off real quick. We have a walk cycle and it turns into a man smushing a village. So he's just watching it happen. Kind of messed up. But hey, it's funny. This is looking more and more like a Wojak by the second. Really hard to tell where this man's, like, chin ends and his neck begins. I think it's just because I have so many onion skins on. He's got like a really kind of hard to define facial structure. He does kind of have like a hot dog head. This isn't Joe Rogan, it's Snow Logan. The Village Heretic. I don't know. The Village Fool. He goes and he does funny little dances to please the queen. Yeah. The people of Rogantopia were not ready for Clarence the Walker. Who's Clarence the Walker? I'll look this up. Oh, I know. Is that the guy who's like really nuts? He was spouting a whole bunch of random scientific mumbo jumbo that didn't make any sense. I think I heard about that guy. You know what's funny? I didn't hear about him from a Joe Rogan video. I saw him in a... I think it was Mini Minute Man who was talking about it. Also, W YouTuber, you should definitely go watch him. He's an archaeologist of sorts, but he was going over, like, you know, pseudoscience, conspiracies, and things like that. And, oh, that's what you named the walking guy? Yeah. Clarence the Walker is his name. I guess now. I could have sworn, though, I did hear about, like... some crazy guy kind of spouting random nonsense on Joe Rogan's show. This is honestly kind of reminding me of like a, yeah, what's his face? I'm really tired right now. The guy who does like rotoscope animations on YouTube, who like did a bit for Smiling Friends. I want to say it's Joe something. I could be wrong. I don't know. It's not Joe. I was thinking Joe Kappa. I think he also does rotoscope, but he might do genuine, like hand-drawn animation. Okay, this is gonna bother me. I need to look this up. Joel Haver. I was close. This is a very Joe-themed night. Yeah, Joel Haver is the animator I was talking about. Gonna shed a small singular tear. This is really sinister. I was not expecting it to be this dark. Just standing in front of like a brick wall. Jesus. This is like something out of Attack on Titan. Alright, this is gonna get old super quick. You know, I'm gonna change the OST. Again. Let's see, I'm gonna change it to the Pokemon Black and White town and city theme. There we go. That's new Vema tone, I think. Let me know if the music gets annoying. I can change it to stuff. I'll take suggestions. I just don't want to do like super copyrighted things. I'm gonna do like patching. There we go. Coloring in his ears. This is a banger. The Cumula Town, the best fucking song in the whole soundtrack. This is a dark walk cycle, dude. Okay, I think for this one I'm just gonna do something very simple. Oh, sorry, I got a keyframe there. Hell yeah. I'm gonna use this brush to kind of There we go. And add one singular frame. Just a singular gossamer tear. Mombasa City. Jesus Christ. Good lord. I think my stream might be lagging. Hold on. I think, you know what this needs? This needs one more, like, pan around to just kind of show the foot coming down. So, this is really dark. I don't usually do this shit. Great blink frame. Gonna do the top of Joe Rogan's head. There we go. I'm gonna fill this in. Oh, whoops. Oh, whoops. Okay, I think I know what's happening here. I'm gonna cut back to this previous village scene. Duplicate that. Paste keyframe. And we're gonna delete this keyframe. Okay. I'm gonna just, whoops. There we go, that symbolizes the foot. There we go. And that brings a full end to the animation. It is very dark and Attack on Titan themed. Well, so I think with that, I'm gonna try to render this out, and then see if I can start doing little doodles thing. First off, I'm gonna save it though. I'm gonna call this animation Stomp on the Haters. That's what it's gonna be. Let it loop a few times. Alright. Now let's see about rendering it up. Yeah. Render. Animation. On to 100. I'm gonna make this a MP4. Then we're gonna put this in the Stomp on the Haters one. We're gonna hit OK. And that should render it. Never mind. Well, it'll just be on my computer for now, and I'll figure this out later. Turn the volume down on this. There we go. Let's make a new page. I'm also going to change my layout again. Oh, actually, make sure I save it. Now I changed my layout. There we go. Does anyone have any idea what they want drawn? Any nightmares? Any freaks? Anything you want me to doodle that's scary? Could always just start sketching some stuff. A carrot man. Alright, we could do a carrot man. Tony Hawk Carrot Man. Okay. Pull up a reference of Tony Hawk. He looks very unassuming. Because people often say he's like, doesn't look like what they imagine Tony Hawk to look like. That's him. That's Tony. I get the sneaking suspicion this is gonna end up looking like a JoJo character. You know what I mean? First off, let's get all the contours of his face. I will say Tony Hawk is very handsome. He's got that going for him. And if you're watching this, and the slimmest, almost 0% chance that you're watching this, Tony, I like you. This is not bullying. I swear. I'm just doing what the chat says. Blame fella. You get mad at fella. He wanted this. Tony Hawk and his carrot stand. What would his stand be? Like, what would you name it? It's gotta be off of some kind of band, right? He's got a little bit of that Nico Robin, like, brow going on. Not the, like, blenderized new version that Oda has, but, like, the older one. We gotta come up with a fun band that would, like, be fitting of a carrot. A stand, you know? Gonna do all the contours of his teeth. I've heard Tony Hawk's pretty chill in real life. I don't typically want to meet celebrities because I just don't really like celebrity culture all that much, but I do think Tony Hawk's one of the chiller ones. He's on the list. I like, of the ones I really want to meet, I want to meet Keanu Reeves. You know, because who doesn't? I really want to meet Samuel L. Jackson. I want to meet... what's his face? Jim Carrey. Definitely want to meet Jim Carrey. He's cool. I also kind of want to... There's also some celebrities I kind of want to meet just to, like, poke fun at, if that makes sense. Like Josh Hutcherson, who had that meme going around a while ago, where they had, like, Whistle from Flo Rida playing in the background. What do you mean, which? No, there's fucking not. This shit doesn't exist. Alright, so... Any viewers who don't know, so there's this theory going around that Jim Carrey isn't real anymore, or they swapped him out for an actor, like a different actor. And the only reason they say this is because they thought that his look from this one appearance on some show didn't look like Jim Carrey. That they made this whole like fake conspiracy theory about it, and I don't there's no credibility to it. The internet's just taking a piss. He absolutely was Jim Carrey, dude. It's just, you know, years of Hollywood got caught up to him in one moment, and then people are like, ugh! That's not Jim. That's not my Ace Ventura. What the fuck? No, he isn't. He just happened to look a bit more squarish that day. Alright, Tony Hawk Carrot. These fragile little knees. No, he wouldn't have fragile knees. Tony Hawk has been skating his entire life. He's gonna have, like, really strong knees. Sim Jerry. Tim Jerry. Okay, fine. I'll say I want to meet both Jim Carreys. Does that put your mind at ease, huh? And draws feet. How do you think Tony Hawk would react if I tweeted this at him? I'll totally do it too. I don't have much to lose. I don't want to make him part bug. I can make his JoJo stand a bug. Like that one dude. Skateboard bug. We're making like a 90s platformer duo. There he is, skateboard bug. I forgot that the bridges have different songs. Pokemon Black and White has different bridge songs. The bridges are kind of like little towns in their own right. At least one of them is. There's like a village bridge. I think the first appearance of voice acting in a Pokemon game was in Pokemon Black 2. I believe Roxy, her name is, the poison type gym leader. You go into her little nightclub gym. She's singing in the mic in the basement. There he is. I'll give him Mantis arms, like you said. He'll have like This is one of my other favorite Pokemon Black and White songs. This is Asperdiacity. Not to be confused with Aspergiacity. Oh, Pokemon Black and White 2 is funny. It's a fun game. They pretty much expand Unova. They give you like 2 more towns, and like you have to deal with Team Plasma X or whatever it is. It's whatever their newest one is. It's worth a play. If you can find time to do it, definitely do it. There we go. There we go. Look at him with his little mantis heart. God, that looks cursed. Look at this dude. What a goofy fella. I might just, like, add in some extra carrot line work. What do you think of this little handsome fella, huh? It kind of reminds me of Cinnamon from like the Applejack commercials. At least the older ones before they pussified him. God, no. Okay. For context, I googled new Applejack characters designs, meaning the cereal, and then I got a whole bunch of My Little Pony shit. Okay, hold on. Alright, I found it. So this is what he used to look like. Just gonna post it here. See, look at him. He's enjoying his life. He's chilling. He's got that Rastafarian cap on. He's eating his Apple Jacks. He's happy, right? Look at what they've done to my boy. This is him now. That's what they did to him. Isn't that just messed up? He's got like no character anymore. He just looks like a generic character in like a... I don't know, like a child's show. That is so one-dimensional. They just got rid of all of the character from their mascots. It's dumb. Anywho, we got these guys done. Any other suggestions? What else should I draw, huh? What other creatures? What other Grimblies? He was Jamaican because his name was Cinnamon, and it was a play on the last part of cinnamon, where it sounds like a Jamaican voice. It was a little kind of racy, but it wasn't inherently racist. It was this kind of harmless, if not a little bit tone deaf joke. I feel like this is one thing I'm gonna say. I feel like we take ourselves way too seriously now. Like, there's levels to it. I don't think it's just black and white with racism. Because comedians get away with, like, racist jokes, and everyone laughs at it, even the people that are targeted by it. You know, you gotta kind of understand your crowd, I feel like. I wouldn't go out of my way to be racist just because that's fucked up and mean, evil. But there's, like, you know, there's a time and a place for it, I guess, and we all have to be accepting of it in order for it to get by. I do know who Captain Planet is. You want me to draw Captain Planet? I'll draw Captain Planet. I'll pull up a reference to him, actually. I know he's, like, blue with green hair. Oh, yep, I was right. And he's got why does he have a mullet? I didn't realize he had a mullet. Oh, you want my rendition of him? Alright. I won't use a reference. I'll just draw him from what I remember 10 seconds ago. It was the 90s. This is what I'm thinking Captain Planet looks like. He's got a very muscular face. Like a thwomp from Mario. Oh yeah, I'll put the mullet in. Don't you worry. He's getting the mullet. My little fella. Giving him like really thin lips for some reason. This wasn't intentional, it just kind of happened. Is this how you remember your Captain Planet? With our powers combined, we summon Captain Planet. He's gonna save the day. It's got a very muscular neck. It's gigantic pecs. Look at this. Uh-oh, running out of space. You know what that means. He's gonna get a lot shorter than he was first to be. Captain Planet. Captain Planet, he's a hero. Gonna take pollution down to a zero. He's our powers magnified, fighting on the planet side. Nah, his arms are too long. Gotta leave space for the feet, you know? Ooh, we're running out of space. I gotta be a lot more fiscal with the space I have on the board. We ain't moving this bitch up. I know he probably wears, like, socks and shoes and shit, but I'm not drawing them. My goal is to make this as uncomfortable as possible. Look at. There we go. Is Captain Planet your favorite superhero? I think Captain Planet's my favorite superhero. What a guy. Alright. This is a little lazy, but I don't feel like drawing another hand, so we're just gonna... There we go. Now, I remember he has like a basketball or something on his chest. He's got like... I think it looks something like this. Like... And then his like... He's got kind of like this weird bra thing going on. Where he's got like... something like this. And that's red. And then he's got like his little baby feet. My god. I really don't want to give him Daisy Dukes, but I remember him having like red Daisy Dukes. Yeah, I'm gonna give him thigh highs. I remember, I think these were red. Let's see how close I did. No, he's got gloves and he's got underwear, and I forgot to draw both of those things. Gosh darn it. I mean, he kind of has Daisy Dukes going on, so we'll do that. There we go. got like a weird buckle thing going on here. There's the pockets of the Daisy Dukes. They're just kind of hanging out. That's what they look like, right? Yeah, it's basically just a really skimpy pair of jeans. They just ripped both sides of it off. This is looking more and more like a bad sitcom. Like something out of like home movies or something. They have like a wash-up Captain Planet. You got Carrot Man and this Mantis board. It's like something out of Drawn Together. Alright. So it's getting a little late. I think I'm probably gonna call it here. But thank you so much for streaming, or sorry, for tuning into my stream. I think I'm probably gonna keep doing this. I might do for both Twitch and YouTube. I just did YouTube this time, but yeah, I think both of them next time. But yeah, if you like my stuff, you can find me. You know what? Let me see if I'll just put up the thingy. Let me put the thingy up. There you go. So you can find me over on X as Whoopsie Doodle. You can also find me on Blue Sky as Whoopsie Doodle. I post my animations and just general meme stuff to both YouTube and Newgrounds. And I also do it on. I link those videos on X and Blue Sky. And I have a coffee link for donation. Which isn't, you don't have to do it. You don't have to. But I'd greatly appreciate people doing that. Because it helps me do the things that I love to do. Which is making art and doing things for y'all. I started talking about Daisy Duke and now I'm just doing a southern accent now. God damn it.